Welcome to SS Multimedia. Today we will be learning about factors. Objective. Today our objective will be understanding what factors are and being able to list the factors of number using multiplication and division. So today we're going to learn about factors, and we should be able to list the factors of a number using multiplication and division by the end of this lesson. So, what is a factor? Factors are the numbers you multiply to get a product. So, let me give you an example. So, we have 6 over here. So, let's see. 3 times 2 equals 6. So, that means that 3 and 2 are factors of 6. Factors. So this is what a factor is. The factors are the numbers that you multiply to get the product. So if you're writing it down, please write this down too. This is one of the most important things. You need to know what a factor is. So now let's move on to the next one. So let's do a problem. I'll show you how to do it first. So we're going to list all the factors of 12. So we're listing all the factors of 12. So we're going to use dividing. So name one of the things or any table that you know that 12 is in. 1 times 12 equals 12. So we can do 1 times 12 right here. This is one of the options. Now, let's find anything else, something harder. So, how about 2? Let's try 2. So, 12, and then 2 right here. So, let's divide. We know that 2 times 6 equals 12. We get a 0. So, here we write 2 times 6. So, that means 2 and 6 are factors of 12. So now, to list the factors, what we're going to do is we're just going to do it like this. So 12 divided by 1 equals 12. So we have a factor right there. And then we can do 12 divided by 2 equals 6. And then we have another factor. So we can keep listing like that. So let's do it. Let's find all the factors of 12. Then we can do 12 divided by 3, which would be 4. So you can do it right here, 3 divided by 12. If you think this is hard, then you can do it like this. And then we can do 12 divided by 4. Now it just starts repeating because we came to 12 divided by 4. That means we already have a 4 here. So that means we get a 3 here. Then we obviously can't do 12 divided by 5. So we're going to do 12 divided by 6. So over here, we got 6. And then that means here we would get a 2. Or if you want to actually make it hard on yourself, then you can actually divide. And then you can do 12 divided by 12, which equals 1. So after it starts repeating, or whatever you want to call it, like the same numbers started to appear, then you don't have to do division anymore. You can just look at the past numbers. So in this case, these 3, and you can just figure out these 3. So that means our factors of 12 are 12, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now let's go to a fact. So what we're doing here is common factor of even numbers. So what we're doing here is we're naming a common factor of all of these numbers. So obviously the title says of even numbers. Now take a look at all of these numbers. 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 36, 48, 52, 60, and 120. What we're doing here is we will be figuring out the common factor of all of these numbers. That means like a factor that all of these numbers have. If you pay close attention, you realize that all of these numbers are even numbers, like it says in the title. So what we'll do is we'll find a common factor of all of these numbers. So let's start with 12. So let's list all the factors of 12. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we have 6, and we have 12. If you don't know how I'm getting these, you can just go back to the past question, because right there we listed all the factors of 12. So now let's find the factors of 16, but not all of them, just the ones that are also the factors of 12. So that means like 1 is a factor of 12 and 16. That's why we're writing it down here. So we're going to narrow it down to one factor. So next would be 2, because 2 times 8 is 16. And then 3, no, because 16 is not in 3 table. 3 times 5 is 15, and then 3 times 6 is 18. And then 4, yes. 4 times 4 is 16. So we get a 4 there. And then 6. No, 6 times, because 6 times 2 is 12, and then 6 times 3 is 18. And 12? No. So that is all the factors we have for 16 and 12. So let's erase that. There we go. Now, let's find the factors of 20. Obviously, 1, and then 2, and then 4. So that wasn't narrowed down. Now let's go to the next one. So we have 1, and then 2 again, and then 4. Then again, we have 1, 2, and 4. Again, 36, 1, 2, and 4. And then we have 1, 2, and 4. And then 52. So again, we have 1, 2, and 4. Now we got to 60. 1, yes. And then 2 times 30 is 60, so we have 2. Then 4. 15 times 4 equals 60, so yes, 4. Then 120. 1, 2, and 4. Obviously, we didn't narrow it down yet. So let's come up with a few more even numbers. Let's go with 22, maybe. Yeah, let's try 22. So 1, yes. 2, yes, 2 times 11. And then 4. We have 4 times 5 is 20. And then 4 times 6 is 24. So no. So we narrowed it down to 1 and 2. 1 is obviously a factor of every single number. So our common factor for even numbers is 2. So 2 is a common factor for every even number. So if you're writing this down on your notes, then this would be one of the things you would want to write down. Okay, now let's do one last problem. List all the 6 factors of 44. So we're listing all the factors of 44. So this time, let's try it by doing multiplication. But first, let's come up with a word problem so it makes it easier for us. So right here, we have Mick has 4 pencils. He wanted to split them all in equal groups. What are some ways he can split them into even groups? So what we can do is we're gonna underline our main question. So what are some ways he can split them into equal groups? Okay, so let's come up with a few ways. So 40 equal groups, so that means we can have one group of 44 pencils. So let's say one group, one pencil or one line, in this case, will represent 4 pencils, and a smaller line would represent 2, and then even a smaller line would represent 1. Okay, let's do that just to make it easier for us. So what are some ways he can split them into equal groups? Okay, so this is 4, and then let's add 4 more, and then let's keep adding 4 until we get to 44. So 4 times 11 is 44. That means we'll have 11 lines. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. There we go. So that means this is one way we can split it. So one of the factors is 44. And then now let's multiply. 44 times 1 equals 44. So we got 44 as one of our factors. And then we can keep doing this. And then we can do 2 groups of 22 flowers. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and then a smaller line, 22. And then let's just do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a smaller line. So that means we did 22 times 2. So again, we got 44. So there, those two are some more facts. So what does this have to do with multiplication? Well, we are multiplying numbers to find out if this is actually factors of this number. These are actually factors of this number. So let's keep doing this until we find all 6 factors. So right now we have 44, 1, 22, and 2. Now we need 2 more factors. That means we have to do this one more time. So we can do a group of, not one group, actually. So what we're doing now, we can do, how about we do 4 groups of 11. So we can do 4, and then 8, and then we get a 2 there, 10, and then a 1. So we have 11 right there. And then let's do that one more time. 11. There we go. So that's 11. Each of that is 11. So we can just separate them into groups. And then we're doing 4 different groups. So let's do 2 more of these. You know what? I don't think a line is the best idea to separate them. Let me just erase those. And then how about we do something like this, maybe. There. That's better. Okay. So we need one more group. So let's write it down here. There we go. That means we just did 11 times 4. That also equals 44. So this is one way of finding factors of the numbers. So now, why don't you try some problems on your own? But before, let's list all of these. So we have 44, 22, 11, and then 4, 2, and 1. So these are all 6 factors of 44. So you can try more problems by yourself. If this video helped you out, please like and share and subscribe to your channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more educational videos.